Have you ever started a new relationship and at first, those first 3 months, there is so much chemistry, things are going so well, and it's almost like you two were created to be together. And then only 3 short months go by and it turns into a scene from The Conjuring. It's almost like a demonic plague comes into your relationship and it turns it from this beautiful thing into one of the scariest shows you could ever imagine. Now, if your relationships tend to go from rom-com to a horror movie when it hits that 3-month phase, keep watching. Hey there, Adam Littlejohn from sexyconfidence.com, where I help you create your love story. And this video is all about the curse of the 3-month relationship. Now, I personally went through this myself for many years in my 20s, and in many ways, I was kind of cool with it because I was really just enjoying getting out there, dating, meeting lots of people, and I kind of realized that, most relationships weren't going to work out, and it seemed like it was always at that 3-month mark where shit just seemed to blow up. Now, if you're at a point in life where you really want something longer term, something you can really rely on and feel like this is going to last the rest of your life, then you really want to make sure you avoid these 3 critical mistakes. The first biggest mistake is only chasing sexual energy. If you find that your relationships start out really strong and you just get completely swept off your feet and you're finding that the sex is amazing and you just want to spend every 2 seconds with that person and you're not thinking about anything else when it comes to compatibility, if there's a friendship, if you actually like that person, then chances are you're making this mistake. If you're looking for long-term potential, you really need to keep yourself in check in those first 3 months of the relationship. Sure, great sex is amazing for sure. You want to be chasing that, but you also need to keep your head on straight and be thinking, would this person be a good father to my children? Would he be a good husband? Is he reliable? Do we actually want the same things in life? And I found that a lot of people who get in relationships that only last the 3-month period are only thinking about the sexual energy at first rather than, hey, is this actually a real thing? Like I always say, you want to find that best friend that you are also attracted to. You want to be attracted to that person, have that incredible sexual energy, but there also needs to be a friendship involved in the relationship. Because you'll see, if you've never been in a relationship that lasts longer than 3 months, you'll notice that the sexual energy starts to dwindle. And the only thing you're left with is either a friend or someone that you don't even like that much. Mistake number 2 is that you're moving too fast at the beginning and coming on just way too strong. I've heard it all before from so many of you sexy single ladies, and I understand where you're coming from. You want a great relationship and this is what you're looking for, but in those early phases, you don't want to have too many expectations. Expectations that they should be committed to you and only you in the first 2 weeks of a relationship, or expectations that he's going to be texting you every single day, even if you've been dating for a couple months. These expectations are killing you. I have a really good friend. She is looking for a long-term relationship and she seems to always find these amazing relationships in those first 1 or maybe 2 months. Everything's going really well and it's a lot of fun and she's a lot of fun in the relationship. But once it hits that month 2, month 3 phase, those expectations start killing the relationship. She starts getting annoyed and mad at every little thing he does and he's wondering, what's going on here? I thought we were just getting to know each other. And mistake number 3 is that you're actually subconsciously or consciously afraid of love and you're sabotaging the relationship any chance you can get. Weirdly, this happens more often than not when we have been burned in the past and we've had really shitty relationships that have just kind of broken us in some ways. Sometimes when we find a good thing and a good situation for us, we find ways to poke holes in it so that the relationship dies. If you've ever done this, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below and tell me, how is it that you've sabotaged relationships in the past? Now, all of you are here right now because you want to find an amazing relationship. You want to be loved and you want to give love. In order to have that type of relationship, you need to love yourself first. And without really appreciating who you are and what you bring to the table and what value you bring to a relationship, it's never going to happen. So starting from this point forward, I need you to start working on yourself. Remember, you are number 1 in a relationship. You are the common common denominator that exists in all the relationships that you've been in. So it's time to really start working on yourself before you get into these situations where you're just sabotaging the relationship because you're too scared and it's just too good. And if you do constantly sabotage relationships, it's time to come to terms with it. It's time to take a look at your past and just face it head on. Take a look at what has happened in your past and realize that your past doesn't equal your future. And just because you've been hurt in the past and you've had shitty things happen, you've dated shitty guys, doesn't mean this next time around is going to be that way. I'm here for you and I'd love to help you throughout this entire process. So for being here right now, I'd love for you to join my free webinar. You can click on the link right down there. You can click it anywhere on this video. And I'm gonna really walk you through the 3 ways that you can get out there and attract a great relationship and a great man for you so that you don't get stuck in this 3-month phase and you can find an amazing relationship that you truly deserve. Click on that link or head on over to sexyconfidence.com. Thank you so much for being here, and I cannot wait to speak to you next week, you sexy single lady. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.